אפשר לחכה שיצטרפו.
שנייה, נשלח קישור גם. עכשיו יש לי איזה שמחובר לפרופיל הפרטי שלי.
מפה אתה מדבר?
נראה לי, כן.
אתה מדבר עם הפרופיל הפרטי שלך?
כן.
אז תצטרף, תשים לעצמך כבר איזה...
שנייה, אחי.
כבר שומעים אתכם. לא, זה מיוט. נכון?
כן.
הבנתי. עכשיו זה יראה אותך פה. תתחיל להזין. הבנתי. מה אתה?
הנה במבה תוסיף אותו.
רגע. איך מגלגלים אצלך למטה? תוסיף את עצמך.
שומעים אותי? היי.
כולם שומעים אותו אבל.
חד, שומעים?
דבר עם יבגני.
Guys, can you hear me? Check.
Hello. I'm just going to be posting the Twitter link here, and I'll be just a second. All right. Hello, everyone. I see everyone's still joining. Let's give it a little bit of time for everyone to join. Thank you for joining us here today. And today's AMA is going to be about, tokenomics and new leadership, as everyone might know from the title. We'll start with the introductions and every proper start to the AMA in just about 4 or 5 minutes. Give people time to join, get everyone some time to get settled in, and then we'll introduce all the speakers. Just to double check with the speakers, everyone can hear me well and fine, yes?
Yeah, we can hear you well.
Perfect. Let's take a second to maybe mic check everyone. Alex, your mic is working fine. Ita, you as well.
Can you hear me?
Yep, yes, we can. Perfect. All right. Making sure all social medias have the links posted so that they can join us right away. And again, we'll be starting in just 3 minutes or so. So get settled down and thank you for joining. Right. While the people join us, why don't we? This is recorded, so this will be available for people to go back through after the fact. So for now, let's just maybe begin with some introductions. Let's introduce the team, have some self-representation of the speakers, and each of you can say a few sentences about your role in the project.
Yeah, thanks. I'll start. I'll go ahead. So I'm Ron. I'm the new GM of the project. I was one of the very, very early team members of Tomi. Afterwards, I went and participated in some other projects. Recently, I was offered to return to Tomi in a full-time job to take the project. And I'm very excited to be here. I'm very happy to see the community. I'm very to see we have such a diverse community. And we have a lot of plans for the future. And good luck to us all.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. I look forward to working with you.
Okay, I will be next. My name is Itai. I'm in charge of the marketing in Tomi. And I'm here to push the project forward, which is both building a very strong and powerful marketing operation machine that will be able to carry out project campaigns and initiatives, and both that will be able to make this project grow and to support new product launches. And we have a great vision, a great team, and looking forward to hear your questions and to answer everything. Thank you.
Thank you. It's honestly been such a pleasure working with you, and you can really tell that the vision is really being pushed through, like, by people who believe in it. It's really good to see people who want to achieve this dream and are working, for the community and what the project really stands for. I'll say a few words about myself. I'm the Holo. My real name is Chris. And I am the community manager, and I work towards events, hosting, and just looking out for the community in general. I have been with Tomi for quite a long time now, and I've just seen us go through a lot of changes, and I feel like it's always been the right foot forward, whether things always go exactly how we want them or not. It's always been a pleasure working with this team. So yeah, my main role is events, and as you can tell, also hosting the such of AMAs and things. So yeah, thank you. And Alex, why don't we hear a little bit from you?
Hey everyone. So some of you might know, my name is Alex. I'm the head of technology at Tomi. I'm having the privilege of basically creating our system architecture, designing and implement all those bleeding edge technologies that we're using in our products, and overall oversees the development process. That's it.
Thank you for the introduction, Alex.
Sorry?
Yeah, so thank you for the introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more important person to introduce, which is here with me. So we will use my account. Is Moshe Hogeg, our new chief advisor. And here, I will let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, nice to meet everyone. My name is Moshe. I'm one of the original co-founders of Tomi. I'm coming back hopefully coming back. If you will approve it, I will come back to the project soon as a senior advisor. I have extensive background in entrepreneurship, in developing technologies, and managing investments. I used to have a VC. I'm in crypto for almost 12 years now. That's it. Looking forward for your questions.
And I can be the last. I will introduce myself also. So I'm Bamba, and I'm the Chief Product Officer here. I'm looking for more about market trends. I look about the needs of the community. I look where is the new pin projects are going, and trying to make the work of our distributed team much more efficient and deliver the products that will fulfill the needs of the Web3 market and that are aligned with our vision of the centralized internet.
Amazing. And I mean, great introductions. I would love to have questions for you, but I want to start just more with the big picture. Why don't we start with something as simple for any listeners that maybe aren't in the community, follow us on Twitter, or aren't actively involved with the project? Can you tell me what is the vision of Tomi? How does it guide the project's direction? We can start, maybe Mo, you could answer this.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I think talking about the vision, one of the most important things today, or the hottest topics, is free speech. Free speech and freedom has been under attack for the last few years, and we can see it. We can see it growing and becoming a global problem. Elon Musk, one of the main reasons he decided to acquire and buy Twitter was just because of this. And we can see recently the founder of Telegram being arrested for not complying with the French authorities regarding what they think is not okay for a technological platform to allow. The idea of developing an alternative internet, a decentralized internet that will take the power away from governments and give it to the people, is the core idea that this whole project started from. And in order to do something like that, a vision is not enough, of course. In order to build something like that, you need to build a set of tools that will allow the existence of a decentralized web. Tools like decentralized domain system, a browser that will give you the ability the gateway to this alternative web, a DAO that will allow you to govern it, VPN, storage, computing, communication, protocols like email and others. There's a bunch of tools that needs to be developed in order to allow the existence of it. And this is not something that will take short time to develop. If we look at Bitcoin wanted to decentralize money, and it's already 14, 15 years now. And we're still not there. We're getting there, and there's a lot of advancement, but we're still not completely there, right? So decentralizing the web is something big. It's something big. It will take a lot of time. Even after developing the protocols and the tools, you will need to do massive marketing for adoption. But that being said, this is a vision worth pursuing. The ability for our kids and for the next generation to have the ability to share information and access information, regardless to who the ruler in their country is a very important ability. We can see now that the president of Brazil is blocking Twitter. We know that in Russia there's a lot of censorship. We know that in China there's a lot of censorship. We know that a lot of the Arab countries there's a lot of censorship. And this power needs to be taken away from different presidents that allows themselves to do whatever they want, and to give the basic right for any user to access information. This is a very exciting vision to have, but it's very difficult to turn into reality. But hopefully, with the decentralized teams and with the right resources, taking the time and building the right tools, eventually it will also bring the right community, and slowly, step by step, will bring the right content. I'm sure that if we had today all of the tools developed, I'm sure that a person like Elon Musk would have happily launched a Twitter replica to be existing on the Tominet as well. And then the people of Brazil could have simply accessed the Tominet if they wanted to see what's going on in Twitter, which in the government network is censored and blocked. So good luck to all of us.
I just want to add that I just saw a community member writing on Telegram that he can't join this AMA because it's from Brazil, and everyone knows that Twitter is now blocked in Brazil. So I'm sorry to John that he couldn't participate, but this showcases why our vision is so important and needed.
Absolutely. And I mean, if we see things getting worse now in real time, imagine how things might be in 10 years, where then, like, maybe now some people might not see the utility in this project, but, you know, as things just keep progressively getting worse and more censored and more centralized, the need for Tomi just increases and increases. What is it that we can really expect from Tomi for the future? I mean, Bama, you were talking about being in marketing. What is it that we're going to be marketing next? What are our development plans and roadmaps that we have for the future?
Yes, so we now look a few things. Some of them will be released very, very soon. So top things that we are planning to release is first is the VPN, the decentralized VPN. We believe that to provide the true access to the internet is via decentralized VPN. It will actually resolve this problem. In Brazil, that you cannot join Twitter is using our decentralized VPN. Unlike other VPNs, which are controlled by big companies like NordVPN, OpenVPN, and so on, in the end of the day, they can be blocked because, okay, the government need to block 10,000 IPs, 20,000 IPs, it's doable. But when you have millions of users worldwide that share their computer resources, so it's totally free and allow access. Also, in our plans, we are going to launch in the first 2-3 weeks of November our storage solution, which will allow take files, put them in the centralized on IPFS infrastructure, very friendly UI, very easy, and no one can take your files with backup and CDN, which will allows you to share. Also, in some of our plans, to align with this vision, as you all know and tried, we have the Tomi browser. So in our browser, we have mode of Web 2, the regular internet, and Web 3. We plan to have very nice new UI and dashboard for Web 2 users with search via third party. And for the excited news is about how to search websites which are on Web 3. Like we have companies which our competitors, but at the same moment share with the same vision, like ENS or Unstoppable Domains. So we plan to make as a default search engine that would allow to explore truly the Web3 internet, the websites that are connected to Unstoppable ENS and of course to Tomi domains. So these things will be launched very, very soon at the upcoming months. We work on it, but we truly believe that this is the steps into launching true Web3 apps. And
Sounds
yeah, ask
amazing.
me more.
Yeah, that's quite exciting. I mean, these products obviously seem like, they are cutting edge technology to some point. Some things using older technologies, but some things are definitely new. And I imagine some of that would have quite a few difficulties. Can you talk about what kind of challenges you faced when you're developing these kind of products and how you're really working to overcome them?
Yes, so it's funny, but the first challenge is to find the right talent. So there is not enough. Everything is very new. It's very innovative approaches, and these technologies are all the time evolving and moving forward. So it's hard to find the right talent. Even we are globally and we are all around the globe. It's challenge number one is to find really good teams and really strong developers that are keeping track after all the updates. This is challenge number one. Challenge number two is the security and privacy. So as we build in the centralized internet, if you want to store your files or records in database that serves a decentralized app, it distributed. So we must be sure that these machines, which can be computer pieces or computer desktop, it's truly encrypted and cannot be hacked. So the privacy will be kept there. So this is also a challenge that we see in every product requirements is to how to make it in the most secured way. And security requires more testing, and more testing requires more resources and more time because there is so many possibilities and scenarios that must be looked at, which may create an illusion that we don't work hard enough. But this is because we do want to be sure that everything that we launch will be truly secured and private and reduce chances of any leak.
I mean, absolutely. If I've ever seen anything working with this company, it's that nothing is released unless it is absolutely perfect. It needs to have the right design. It needs to be perfectly functional. There's bug testing and bug testing. And no, absolutely. Like I don't think I've ever seen Tomi release something that was imperfect. And I think that's something to strive for. But at the same time, it creates delays, which it's to be expected. Just for the community, for the people listening, I do want to emphasize one thing, which is that we want to answer your questions. We have a time slot for answering your questions. The questions that I'm asking currently are questions that were asked within the community that we have been collecting over 2 weeks now. So these are all questions that have been asked in the community that we're trying to get to as many of them as possible before we take some live questions. So if you have questions, please hold on. Towards the end, we're going to give you some time to raise your arm. We'll put you up on stage and you can ask anything you like. For right now, I just need to get through this list because it is quite a big list. So I'm going to get into some of the harder topics. Clearly, it's been a bit of an uproar. It's always kind of created, even in the past and now, a bit of a ruffling the feathers, you could say, when we do speak about Moshe Hogeg. So I do have to kind of get into these questions as we've gotten quite a few. And so to you, Ron, being our new leadership, I would have to ask, why are we approaching Moshe Hogeg again? Being one of the main questions that we've gotten.
Yeah, so I wrote about it in the community, but I will extend here. Now, I had a decision to make, whether to approach and have Moshe back as an advisor to the project, or to continue without him. Now, one of the community members asked, why are we not looking beyond Moshe? Now, Moshe is what I think is the best option we currently have. If we had Justin Sun and I don't know, Vitalik Buterin waiting outside our door, then maybe we would have taken them as advisors. But when I returned to the project and I knew that I wanted to bring the project back to its glory days, the project was not so long ago at the top 100 projects of CMC. It was a leading project. It really launched with a very big
It seems your audio is cut out. We don't hear you any longer, Ron.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
So when did I disconnect?
You were saying that it was one of the top projects on the top 100
Yes,
projects on
so
CNC that I started with.
the project was a great success in the beginning. It was a leading project. It was one of the top 100 projects, and the team, or one of the most important team members that brought us there was Moshe. Now, I'm not a judge. I don't know what Moshe did or didn't do. I have no idea. What I do know is that the can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So I don't know what Moshe did or didn't do. What I do know is that the allegations are more than 3 years old. There was no indictment. There was no charge. There's no trial. Currently, Moshe was not innocent. Nothing has ever really brought up against him in court. And on the other hand, is very is a leading expert in the field of crypto. He has an extensive knowledge both about the technology, the marketing, all the relevant areas. He knows projects. He really cares about about Tomi and its values, the values behind Tomi. He was eager to return, but he wanted it to be public. He didn't want to hide. So we made, and I didn't want it to. I didn't want to go behind the community's back. So as far as I can tell, his return is the best option to the community. It's for the best option for the project. I support his return, and I think we're doing the right thing here. And I think that it will really bring us the best chance to return Tomi to its glory.
Guys, this is Moshe. I would like to add something. First of all, thank you for your kind words. Let me speak about this question since I'm the subject. I was investigated. There's no allegations. I was investigated 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And as you said, I'm a free man. There's no indictment. I wasn't even had the chance to defend myself because I wasn't indicted. The case is still, 3 years after, is still under investigation. So even though I cannot speak about the case too much, I think it should be indicating something that 3 years later, there's no indictment. Now, it's damaged me a lot. It's damaged my reputation. It's damaged a lot of aspects of my life. In the end, a person, I believe, in a free country, in a free world, should be innocent until proven otherwise. I wasn't even given the chance to prove anything because I wasn't indicted. So I'm in a situation right now that Tomi is dear to my art, it's dear to my values, and I can contribute. I think I contributed a lot at the beginning. As Ron mentioned, Tomi was in the best days back then, reaching the top 100.
The best day so far.
Yeah, right. Yeah, until now. So then I was asked to step down because some team members thought that maybe the reputation could damage the potential of the project to go to certain places. I left. I see that, as you mentioned, the guys approached me not too long ago. The situation of Tomi right now, it's went from the best to the worst. The project is not even in the top 1,000, and the community trust and the stages that the project is in is not at its peak. It's not in its peak, and I'm eager to try to do everything in my power to help the team, to help the project, to bring more money, to bring more marketing experts, and to deal a lot with the technology side and with the marketing strategy side in order to try to gain back momentum, to build the right tools, and to take Tomi back to what it should be. And it's one of the most important projects. If you look at the top 100, and you will see a lot of blockchains over there. It's kind of strange that you don't see any real competitor to what Tomi is trying to do, to decentralize the internet, to bring a real alternative web. It's a noble cause. It's something that we all see that is needed. When I say all of us see this, it's enough to see that Elon Musk spent $44 billion just to support free speech, to understand the magnitude of this mission and the vision. Therefore, I think that with the strong support from the community to try to achieve it, we can all build something meaningful. And again, I will try my best to help in the marketing field and in the technology side. Other than that, it's not up to me. And again, just to summarize this, I asked the team, if the community won't vote, and I have my own pioneers, I'm not voting. If the community won't vote me in, I'm out. I'm not in. Only if you don't think I can help, then I wish you luck. If you think I can help and you want me to help, I'll be happy to.
Thank you for those words. And I mean, absolutely, we all, live in a world where you're meant to be, you're innocent until proven guilty. And I won't say much on the topic, but I can say I can most definitely agree that, things were really good. Tomi had an amazing start, and I've been there for a very long time now. And it would be amazing to see the project take, charge again as we are building something new. We're building something that is needed. We're building something that in many countries can help people access information, which I genuinely believe should be no less than a human right. And moving forward from here, we do have a lot of questions to get through, so we'll have to keep moving forward here. The next thing we have on the list of questions is the tokenomics, and we had quite a few questions about these. So we had some inflation concerns and we had economic concerns within the community. And one of the main questions that were asked is, to reduce inflation, should we set a maximum supply to prevent surprises? Ron, if you could take this.
Sure. So first of all, we gave a lot of thought to the tokenomics and how to make it work. I will say that it's not like planning a new tokenomics. We need to take the existing tokenomics we have, because there are already tokens out there. It's an ongoing project. It's not like we are starting again. It's an ongoing project. Tokens are out there. They belong to people. We can't take them away. We can't take the tokens out from exchanges. So obviously we have to rely on existing tokenomics. Now, capping the supply of the token, it gives you a very difficult challenge. Why? Because you need to bring the project to a point where, to a success level, where you don't need to issue more tokens to support it. Now, if you got there, that's your bet, whether you succeed or not. If you got there, then everything is great. If you didn't get there, then the project ran out of air, because tokens are the project's air, and now, or run out of oxygen, and now the project is suffocating, and it will most likely die. Now, the way I think that a big project needs to create a value, is by adding value to the products, to the community, and not by only dealing with the tokens and how to burn more tokens. I'm not saying we will not burn tokens, right? But I don't think that's the only way that project, a big project that have aspirations, needs to act. Now, for example, Ethereum doesn't have a cap. Bitcoin has a cap. Bitcoin did reach a great level of success before the cap was have been close to met. Bitcoin will never meet its cap, but Bitcoin was lucky enough to get there before it ran out of oxygen. I think that if we'll be able to create the value that we plan to create, there will be deflation mechanisms, and there won't be needed a cap.
You've cut out again.
Sorry?
I said I think you cut out again.
Sorry, I don't hear you so well.
I said I think you had cut out. Your voice had cut out.
Sorry. So I'm not sure when I was cut out, but I'll say
you had said it wouldn't be needed.
Well,
so.
Ron,
Basically,
I've heard you. So let me just add to what you said and try to make it briefly. So, as Ron mentioned, in the end, project run by people, and if people are ran out of incentives, then the project eventually dies. We can see it over and over again from projects that started 5, 6, 7 years ago. When they ran out of incentives, the project eventually died. The opposite, projects like Bitcoin, which have capped, but they are inflated until what is the year 2140, I think the last Bitcoin will be mined. Up until then, there's incentive for everyone to work, and even then there's incentive because of the fees. So but he understood when he created it that he will need over 140 years or over 120 years in order to reach a system that wouldn't need more minted incentives. Same goes with a project like this, and we see it more and more that old projects that understood it lately change their tokenomics. Projects like Chili's, for example, change their tokenomics. Scotty change their tokenomics. Many projects change in their tokenomics because they ran out of incentives. So if we want the project to keep going, we need smart people to get compensated for their hard work every month, just like all of you guys in the community. All of you have work, all of you have jobs. So to create, and it's important to understand also that this inflation, it's not money that goes to the pocket of the team or stuff like that. It's salaries, it's marketing budgets, it's liquidity, it's suppliers, it's the technology. It's creating value. It's creating value. The goal is to create value for each dollar that is printed and invested in the project. If doing it correctly, you should create back more than 2x in the value. Tomi, in the early days, created a lot of value through investing in marketing and investing in the technology. Lately, it wasn't the case, and the price of the token fluctuated a lot. We need to make sure that the team has the resources to create value again. And that's the goal of this all new tokenomics architecture, to have the ability to create value for the community. That's the goal. The DAO is in full control, and if this won't succeed, then I'm sure that in 6 months or 12 months, we will have a different proposal, or maybe one of the community members will have a different proposal. But from everything we think, and we were thinking a lot about this, we think that the tokenomics should be changed to the extent that we offered in order to allow the team to recreate value to the token holders.
Speaking of that inflation, and speaking of some of that being refinanced into the project, with the new tokenomics, it mentions the monthly token allocation. How will that be managed, and why is it necessary? I've seen quite a few people ask about it, or it may be being too high or not necessary. If you could answer me that.
Can you repeat the question?
I was asking about the monthly token allocation
The monthly
that is
token
mentioned
allocation,
in the
right. So let me answer about it. So up until now, the tokenomics were missing. It had a lot of issues. One of the issues there is that there was no separation between the team tokens, or which are the incentives for the team to take part and to lead the project, and the budget for development and operation and running the project. So there was one budget that was basically that was supposed to be sufficient for everything. Now we create separate budgets. The budget for the team reward will be the team's rewards. The budget for the operations will be $1 million. That's not that much. A monthly budget of $1 million is not that much. We had up until now, we had a development fund of $10 million annually. This is being canceled. So it comes instead of the development fund. And basically, it should be sufficient for salaries, for marketing, for listing in exchanges, to paying the rent and the bills, the electricity bills, and all the surrounding expenses. And it's not that much. It's not that much looking at a project that aspires to be a leading project that needs to do some very significant changes and to take some steps to return to its former glory days. It's just about the right number, I think.
All right, thank you for the answer. I want to get into more of a technical question that we got. So this one goes out to you, Alex. We got a question asking, how will the decentralized cloud node operator compensation work, and why is it important?
Right. So basically, all the nodes are the backbone of Tomi products. So, for example, all the products, storage, compute, VPN, they're gonna utilize those nodes in one way or another. So the compensation is based on the contribution to the network activities. Again, like same as I mentioned, like storage, bandwidth, and compute. Obviously, in return, they get rewarded with Tomi tokens. Now, this is, of course, based on their performance and the contribution to the network. The importance is, I'm guessing it's pretty clear. It's to to create an incentivized ecosystem where the node operators will get rewarded, first of all, for their contribution, and also ensuring the network reliability and growth. So, but yeah, I hope I answered.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they're in here listening. If not, it'll be in a recording. But yeah, no, you explained it quite well. Thank you. I have to ask this one question. It has been everywhere in the chats. The DOP claim. I mean, this has been discussed quite a bit. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So this is Moshe again. Just to be clear, because I also seen a bunch of questions regarding this. Tomi deserve a portion of the DOP tokens, and the question is, how can Tomi utilize those tokens to benefit the project the most, the project and its token holders the most? Now, one option that was the easy option was to just allow Tomi token holders to claim DOP tokens based on a certain vesting schedule, or could be that it should be based on something like staking, like stake your Tomi and receive rewards in DOP. This could be another option. Another option came from the team that we think is better, but again, we think we're open to hear what the community has to say about this. But one other option that arose was that the project can take the DOP tokens, convert them to USDT, convert the USDT to Tomi tokens, and then burn them, or burn half of them and the other half deposit in the DAO treasury. So we think if we do this, the buyback burn mechanism of the Tomi token should result in value creation for the token holders. We think it's probably better for the token holders to have something like this other than just receiving something like, I don't know, a few dollars or $100, depends how many tokens of Tomi you hold, per user, per holder. So we thought that the smartest thing for the token would be to take all of the DOPs, convert them to USDT, convert the USDT to Tomi tokens and burn them, and deposit half deposit in the DAO, as I said before. We have seen that some community members, including some influential community members, thinks otherwise. They think that claiming and airdropping the tokens is the right way to go. I think I support to have like a separate discussion on this with the community, and maybe we have a separate vote. Invite everyone to discuss this on Telegram. Say what they think, what they want. In the end, I think it should be a community decision. We say what we think is best for the community, but if the community thinks otherwise, this must be a community-controlled project. And if the community wants to get airdrop instead of buyback burn, and they think this is a better economical value for them, and it's better for the project itself, okay, let's vote on it. We think otherwise. Let's convince each other and vote like a democratic process in a DAO should be. That's it. I think I summarized the DOP discussion.
Thank you for that. I absolutely think that putting it to a vote might just be the best way to do it. Let democratic process take over and just have people see what they think is best. The whole DOP discussion has just been this huge upstir in the community, and it's good to finally have an answer on it. Whether it's voted on, discussed on within the chats will be good. Ita, I have a question for you. So I've seen within the community a lot of questions about marketing. Some people try and say that we're not doing any marketing, but I mean, obviously we are. I'd like to know what you, as it being your main role in the company, what are your marketing plans for the near and long-term future? How do they align with Tomi's overall mission, and anything else you can add?
Yeah. Hi, this is Itai speaking. Thanks for the question. So basically, we have plenty of plans, both for the short term and for the long run. In the short term, we are focused mostly on both building the foundation of the Tomi marketing machine, as I mentioned before, which means establishing a strong community, supporting new product launches, creating some buzz in the industry with working with KOLs and activities like that. And also our plans include some significant participation in conferences like the token 2049 in Singapore in this month. And we have some plans for other conferences as well. So that's like in the short term. In the long run, we have some actually exciting surprises in our sleeves in the coming weeks, like things like new branding that we're gonna reveal in the new website, new videos, an upcoming video about about the project itself that will explain what is Tomi, what is the vision, what is the story behind the project. So all of that is going to be revealed soon. We're also doing a lot of efforts while building all these things that I discussed. We're also doing a lot of efforts to grow our community by running campaigns, growth campaigns, such as the one we just ended with Questen, and to maintain a high level of content all the time, which means regular creating great articles, tweets, some interactions and for engagement inside the community and stuff like that. And I feel like we're getting better every day that goes, and we have a lot of plans going ahead. We're also gonna announce some exciting partnerships with some project. One of them, perhaps Bamba has mentioned it before, is Web Free Compass, which will integrate their search engine in our Tomi browser. And we have some other partnership that we cannot yet disclose until it's more closed and final. But it's part of our strategy. So we want to make Tomi great again. We have all these activities and plans in order to do that and to support the product development from our side, from the marketing side. And yeah, we're going to do our best, and let's do it together. Thanks.
Sounds amazing. Thank you. That's all very exciting things, and I can't wait. I mean, the videos, we've seen teasers of it. I think in the Tomi Core Live they were posted, and it looked really good. I can't wait to see it. To finalize this, I want to take some questions from the community, but time is running really late. I have one more question I'll get through here, and then we'll see if we can take any questions. This question goes out to you, Ron, which is, how will the DAO control change under the new tokenomics?
That's a great question. So until now, we had the concept that only pioneers are the members of the community that bought a right to participate in the ICO, had the option to vote, to make proposals, and to vote in the DAO. We see that it's not relevant anymore. Many pioneer holders are no longer engaged in the community. Some don't exercise their right, and we see that a lot of token holders that don't hold the pioneer wanting to participate. They are our community now. So the new tokenomics cancels the pioneer system. It gives a certain reward to the pioneers, and it takes away their right. They get to remain. They still get to hold their pioneer as a kind of a memorabilia, but for when the new tokenomics passed, any token holders, or maybe there will be a certain thresholds, but basically token holders who don't have pioneers will be able to make proposals, to vote, and if a proposal get enough votes, then it will pass, and it can change the entire project. Community members will be able to say, let's develop this, or let's change that, or let's change the tokenomics, or let's do that, or let's even take some money from the DAO treasury and finance some development. So there are a lot of things that the token holders will be able to do through the DAO. It will literally give the DAO control to our current community, which are the token holders.
That's amazing. I mean, there's always been discussion about members of the community wanting to vote because not everyone's a pioneer. And as you said, a lot of the pioneers haven't been in the community as much. So you definitely have this grouping of people that are active but don't have much of a say in it. So yeah, I'm totally with you. I think we should give the wider community the voting power, but at the same time, that comes with
By the way,
trusting the general good of the project to it. Yeah.
I want to say a few things in continuous to what Ron mentioned is if there is in our community DAO experts and you believe that your ideas is better and we can do a much more transparent and better voting and utilize it. So you have my Telegram, reach me directly, and I'll be more than happy both to listen to you and to collaborate with you in building the next generation of DAO. So feel free to reach me.
All right, amazing. And with that, I mean, we are reaching the end time of this. I want to take some questions from the community. So if you have any, please request to speak, and I'll be pulling you up on stage. Any questions at all, we'll be happy to answer. And if we don't have any questions, then I'll generally assume, as always, that we answered any questions you might have had, and that'll make me happy enough. But please, yeah, if you have any questions, just request to speak and we'll pull you up. You need to be on phone to be able to speak. If you are on a computer, then you will not be able to request to speak. We'll give it a second, see if anyone shows up. If you have questions about anything, the tokenomics, the DAO, the team, please feel free to ask. Also, you can write us in the communities if you'd rather have your question written. I tried to get through everything that was asked within the communities. We collected them all in documents. But if you have anything and you'd rather type it, please type it within the communities right now and I'll see it.
Yeah, as Chris mentioned, we're gonna respond and answer questions also after the AMA is ending. So feel comfortable if you're not, if you prefer to type your questions and to get response later on in the Telegram group, please do so.
Someone has asked with the community, I'll take this since no one's requesting to speak right now. They said, how do you plan to restore the Tomi success? I mean, I think we've already answered that from quite a few facets. So I can answer this already just from the discussion we've just had. There are quite a few marketing efforts being put forward. We have a lot of things that we are launching soon. The early November was some of the biggest things that were mentioned. The new roadmaps, and there are quite a few things involved and currently being planned, as well as the inflation and tokenomic changes. Bringing Tomi success is every one of these facets working together. So you have all the team members being marketing, being development, being technology, being just community efforts, everything working together. And every one side has already spoken about how they are doing their part in making that happen. So I hope that answers your question. And if you'd like more in-depth of an answer, then I would go back and listen to the recording of this, because we did just answer that from every one direction, from every team member. Okay. That is going to have to be time. Sadly, we are past our time limit here. So thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for listening. Very happy to have everyone here. Very happy to speak with the core team. Again, this is something that people have been asking for a while, so it's very nice to have done it and put everything out there. And yeah, if we don't have a lot of questions, that just means we answered everything. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you guys in the communities. If you have any questions, just ping us and ask us anything. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.